We have to
leading commercial law firm Streamsowers & Co. is convening international trade leaders, top business executives, regulators, investors, senior legal practitioners to examine strategies for strengthening Nigeria's economy and positioning the country as Africa's leading investment destination.
The biggest economic stories.
The symposium, which forms part of activities marking the firm's 20th anniversary, is also focusing on practical policy, legal and regulatory solutions aimed at improving Nigeria's investment climate amid an increasingly volatile global economic environment. The theme of the event is Nigeria's path to economic resilience and investment leadership in a volatile global environment, and organizers discuss on how Nigeria can attract greater investment, strengthen economic resilience, and unlock opportunities under the African Continental Free Trade Area.
We chose this topic. We would have chosen a law topic. But we said, in August, we are going to Port Harcourt. We'll be talking a lot of law. Let's talk about something else that we think is dear to us, even as lawyers. Because trade helps to build bridges between nations, helps to strengthen relationships. And that's why we've chosen the topic, Nigeria's path to economic theme, Nigerian path to economic resilience and investment leadership in a volatile global environment.
In a fireside chat, Director General of the World Trade Organization, who is the special guest, acknowledges the shock over global crisis, but reassures that such hasn't affected world trade.
When you are providing services electronically to some customer somewhere, you're trading, and it's categorized as digitally delivered services trade, consulting services. It is the fastest growing segment of trade at almost 6% a year. And the reason I'm excited about it is if you look at the type of people who are involved, younger people, women, this provides them the means with which they can trade and reach other parts of the world in a way that perhaps they were not able to do before.
In her remarks, the keynote speaker says the current economic reforms are tough but a necessary step to galvanize the country's economic recovery.
There's been painful reforms that have been done, but those reforms are necessary to provide the foundation for the resilience that the private sector then needs to build on. Nigeria's rating has already been improved. Nigeria's outlook has been rated as stable. That, from a sovereign perspective, now needs to translate into boardrooms, where that value is translated to great returns for governance that the private sector can then benefit from.
The highlights of the program is a session to discuss how the three founding partners came together to form Streamsowers & Co. They're emphasizing that while it wasn't a walk in the park, coming together to birth what has eventually formed an umbrella for many partners, it was a partnership built on trust and determination.